Alright, hey there guys, Kenzie here, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I am going to be making a gaming news video. That is what this is going to be. I've kind of been wanting to do this for a while, I just never really knew how to or how I wanted to do it, but now I think it's time for me to give it a try. So, first things first, Marathon. Yeah, that game. So Marathon is the new game from Bungie, the studio behind Halo and Destiny. And it has got people on the fence, and that is putting it mildly. Marathon is supposed to be a hero-based sci-fi extraction shooter based on a older game that they did, I think back in the 90s. I wasn't alive then, so I can't tell you exactly. I'm not about to look it up. I don't, because personally, I'm not really a big extraction shooter fan, and it's a pretty niche, it's a pretty niche genre in general. I can only think of two games in my memory at all that have really succeeded in that genre, and that's The Hunt Showdown and what was it? Escape from Tarkov. But besides this game just being niche in general, it's gonna have an uphill battle for a multitude of other reasons. One, character design. Now this is coming from somebody that doesn't care whether this game succeeds or fails at all, because this is not my type of game. I'm not an FPS player, I'm not heavy into shooters like that. The character design, I don't want to say it's garbage, but it is not where it needs to be for this type of game in my opinion. This looks like very early Fortnite characters, and I'm guessing and hoping a process of being fixed, because I believe the game is still a ways out, like September 25th, if I'm reading this correctly. So this could be something that they polish up and, adjust in the future, but that's just one issue. Another is the price point. Apparently, Marathon is supposed to be a live service game, but they want you to pay $40 up front. Now, for a game like Helldivers 2, this worked. But it worked because the game was very good, very cooperative, very fun. Now, we don't know if Marathon is going to be any of those things yet. Can't tell that till you actually get your hands on it, to be honest. I know that there's a few people that have gotten their hands on the game and beta tested it and such, but what I've heard from them isn't exactly promising so far. And that's without even mentioning the fact that Bungie has done almost irreparable damage to their brand. And I mean, everything they've done with Destiny. The way they treated the players of that game was terrible, and I'm not sure that people are willing to even come back to see what they have after everything they've done monetization wise in that game, taking away DLC, the Eververse store. If I was a Destiny player, I wouldn't be excited for this, because it just seems like another way for them to nickel and dime me for more of my money when we were in a recession. But enough about Bungie and Marathon. Let's talk about something I do like. So, Oblivion Remake.
For 65 years I have ruled this empire. Generals and kings have knelt at my command. But a darkness comes. The blood tide rises. These are the closing days of the Third Era, and the final hours of my life.
The Elder Scrolls 4. Images have been leaked from Virtuos. I don't know how to pronounce it. We have gotten several screenshots leaking a remaster of the game. Apparently this has been in the works for quite a while. I was not paying attention to this because I was paying more attention to the Sky Oblivion mod that was being created. But as far as I'm concerned, all this means is that I get to eat Oblivion twice. I have for the longest time wanted to play the game, the original, but I always felt like it might be too old for me, because the first RPG that I really sunk my teeth into was Skyrim. So I always thought that it might the controls might be too clunky, or I just would end up like not liking it. But with this remake and Oblivion coming out, this is my chance to really dig my teeth in there and enjoy it. But there's another concern that I kind of have. Like, what does this mean for Oblivion? There has been instances in the past where companies have shut down mods for possibly, conflicting interests. And by conflicting interests, I mean Oblivion might get more people on there than the actual official remake might. So I don't think Microsoft would do this, because I believe it is a known fact that Bethesda has helped the modders with Oblivion before. So I personally don't think that this will happen, but it is something I fear might happen. But other than that, this is the perfect chance for fans of Oblivion, old and new like myself, to jump in and finally play this game that I have just been hearing hyped up for like the vast majority of my life. But I was too scared to get in there and play the original, because I was so afraid of the controls being too old and myself not liking it. But the most interesting thing about this game is that there are rumors of it being shadow dropped as soon as next week, the week of April 21st. Now, there is a little bit of I don't want to say confirmation, but there is reason to believe that this might be happening. I believe that there was an interview with Todd Howard a while ago saying that he would like to do more shadow drops, and this might be what he was talking about back then. This isn't 100% certain, but be aware that this is a rumor going around and that this could happen. Next up, we have Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 came out 2 years ago, and ever since they have continued updating and working on different things within the game. But now they have finally finished the final major update, and I believe it has already gone live. What this final update introduces is crossplay, photo mode, and 12 new subclasses. Each subclass corresponds to each class, so that means each class has one new subclass. I have not looked at them because I want them to be surprised for myself, but I have heard that some of them go extremely hard. Some of them might be a bit overpowered, but I'm alright with that. There's no reason not to be. It's a single player or co-op role-playing game. There's no reason to have everything balanced. Who cares? I personally cannot wait to get the boys back in there so we can all play completely new roles, completely new subclasses, and just, fuck around in the game. It's been a long time, but I'm ready to hop back in already. Baldur's Gate 3 actually means a lot to me personally, because this was my first CRPG that I ever played, and it is what completely introduced me to Dungeons and Dragons as a whole. So now I'm super invested in all the lore and everything, and I've been learning as much as I possibly can, but I still don't know a lot. But the whole thing that put me on this journey was Baldur's Gate 3, so I can only thank the people at Larian for all of their hard work over the years creating this game, because it brought me and my friends a lot of joy. But next up, a new Star Wars game has been, I don't want to say announced, but we've gotten a little bit of information about this. It's called Star Wars Zero Company from EA. So it's EA, so you take it how you will. It is supposed to be a single player turn-based tactics game. So it's not going to be my type of thing. I'm more action combat or action RPG oriented. But for people that like turn-based tactics game, this could be your thing. Now, the positive thing about this is that it is going to be developed by Respawn. That's the guys that made the Jedi Fallen Order games, and they made Titanfall 1 and 2. So it's EA, but it's Respawn. There's a little bit of there's something good about it, at least. Respawn's a pretty good developer, despite their publisher. The first details are supposed to be revealed at Star Wars Celebration in Japan on April 19th. So wait till then to see what else we're gonna have right there. Who knows? It's EA, but it's Respawn. This could be the most microtransaction riddled thing ever, or it could just be Jedi Fallen Order again and Titanfall 2 again. But I also have to admit that this isn't really the type of game that Respawn usually does. They're like first-person shooter or action combat, so we'll see what they can do with this. I have confidence in them, but that confidence can only go so far. We'll see. And the last thing I wish to talk about here is a new prototype game rumor from Insider Gaming. Now, I have both the prototype games on my PC. I have not played either of them to completion yet, but this has me kind of excited. So, details are kind of scarce, but what I have seen is that Alex Mercer returning as the lead, obviously, and it is to be set in New York City, source from Bigby. Now, that's literally all I have on this. I have nothing else. That bare bones. This is all we got on this. But if this rumor is true, I will be buying. Because again, I haven't finished the games, but from what I have played of them, good shit, man. It's good shit. But I want to hear what you guys think about all this. Do you think Marathon is going to succeed, fail? Do you think this Oblivion remake is actually going to be good? Hey, do you think we're actually going to get more Baldur's Gate 3 updates and that Larian is just, fucking around with us, saying that this is the final update? I doubt that, but I hope they're just fucking with us. How do you feel about Star Wars Zero Company? It's made by Respawn, but the publisher is EA, so there might be some fuck shit going around with microtransactions. And how do you think a prototype game will be received in 2025? Or it's probably not coming out this year, but how do you think a new prototype game will be received in the next 5-7 years? Positive? Negative? I think it'll be pretty positive. But I want to hear what you guys think about all this. I know this video is super scuffed, but I gotta start somewhere. So this is where. I'm hoping to improve my skills going forward. But other than that, thank you guys for watching the video, and I hope to see you guys again next time.